You're listening to Traumedy, the podcast that helps you take your pain and play with it. I'm Nancy Norton. I am a stand-up comedian, also a registered nurse who does not work as a nurse now. Like I say, stay well, everybody. Stay well. If I'm your nurse, you're going to need to stay well because I have not been doing continuing education. And yes, I might revert to CPR from 1983. Also, I am a keynote speaker about the power of humor. I love going to conferences and talking to healers. I want to be your recharge nurse. I want to help heal the healers. And I just want to give a shout out to two of my favorite conferences I did recently. Herman and Wallace, pelvic floor healers up in Seattle. Thank you so much for having me at your conference. I loved going to all the sessions, learning about what they are learning about and helping to release some of the stress and integrate some of that into the talk. And I got to say, it was magical. It was a magical time. And then also in Dallas at the Nurse Leader Conference for Ambulatory Surgical Centers. Thank you so much. Oh, I got to say, there's something, I don't know, there's just something that nurses have in common. We just get each other, and I love doing conferences, and I love doing comedy for nurses. I have shows coming up in Colorado for Nurses Off the Charts comedy shows. It's Nurses Week. I think it's May 6th at the Comedy Works South in Denver, and then May 8th down at Looney's in Colorado Springs. And I will be taking my keynote to Colorado Springs during the day for the nurses at Fort Carson. So I'm really loving that. If you want to come out, please do. And today we're having a special episode. That sounds like a medical condition. I didn't have a guest this week. I was on the road too much. I had two keynotes in a week, and I just did not interview a guest. And so I just wanted to come on here and just do a really short episode with you all who are regular listeners. And I just want to put out some questions, and I would love to know how you're handling. Hey Siri, what is toxic shame?
Toxic shame is a chronic feeling of being worthless, inferior, and flawed. It happens when people treat someone poorly and they turn that treatment into a belief about themselves.
I wonder if you're having to handle anything like I'm having to deal with. I keep having these wonderful experiences, and then I'll find something wrong. And it's just a bummer, man. And I'm working on this in therapy right now, trying to get rid of this dark, dense ball of toxic shame in my stomach. It feels like it's in my high stomach area. And I just wonder if you have any of that. Like, it seems so easy for me to get tapped into toxic shame if I do just a little. Like, oh man, I just did this really cool comedy show for the Dose Psychedelic Comedy Show. And I'm not going to say if I was doing psychedelics or not. Oh my gosh, it felt like such a co-healing experience and so magical. And then I just found this one issue, which was I couldn't remember this one person's name. And at this age, I'm forgetting names a lot. And it feels like I'm disrespecting that person, and I'm really struggling to, I don't want them to think they are not special to me. And yet it's like, if they were special, wouldn't I remember their name? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I focused on after this magical co-healing comedy show where we all went out dancing afterwards with my friend and their friends. And it was Kyle Pogue's anniversary with one of his partners. If you don't know Kyle, he was on the episodes with the polyamorous quad. Anyway, I just wanted to put something out there about toxic shame. How do we get rid of it? I'm wondering about if I need to go to a soul worker. One time after my sociopathic ex and I broke up, I went to a soul worker and asked her to help me cut these cords. One of the things she had me do was take these hooks out of my stomach. And it wasn't that I was wishing my ex-partner ill. She said, you're just taking the hooks that she put in and letting her energy go back to her, and that she should return all of your energy to you. And it was a really powerful experience. And I felt free and recharged and lighter. I know that's kind of a spiritual approach. And I'm just wondering if you would message me at my website or the Facebook page or something like that. It's nancynorton.tv on Instagram, and that's my website, nancynorton.tv. I'm just curious, how are you dealing, or how did you get rid of toxic shame? The feeling in my gut that says, I'm not worthy, I'm not okay, I'm not lovable, I'm bad. And then underneath it, I started seeing this light, like it's a really black, dense, almost like a black hole that's like smashing the beautiful light inside me down. Like if I let my light out, I'm going to be in trouble. I think it goes back to my mom, and I'm trying to understand. I just remember like that was not okay, to really let your light shine. You're not all that, So that's what I'm dealing with. And then I've got to do my taxes. And I have not even looked at my savings. I've heard not to look. It's just so devastating what is happening to the economy and the threats of, I don't know. That sounds like a downer, but I'm trying to not be attached to that and thinking about alternatives. I still want to go live in a tree house. Does anybody want to build a tree house? I just think that'd be fun. Like, what if there was a berm house? Like, you had a berm house next to the tree house, nice weather. You live in the tree house. When it's really cold, you go down in the berm house, or when it's super hot, go down the berm house. I don't know. I think that sounds kind of fun. A tree house, berm house situation. Get a shovel, dig a hole, put some plywood over it. I don't know. I'm just thinking survival stuff, and I don't even know. It's not that I want to survive that bad. I really don't know. I just want to have some peace and serenity. I've worked really hard for it, and then I just keep having this return, the return of the toxic shame. I'd love to get rid of it once and for all. So that's what's on my mind. I don't know. I'm trying to make some sort of pictures out of it. Like, it feels like I'm playing catch with this ball of toxic shame, and I keep throwing it away, but then somebody's throwing it back to me. Like, I don't know. It's like hot potato. Who gets stuck with the toxic shame? Just keep passing it around. Do we have to have it? I mean, is it a necessary thing? I don't think so. I mean, I know there's healthy shame, but we'll have a guest back next week, and let me know what you want to hear about. And also, if you have any ideas about how to deal with toxic shame, and come out to Nurses Off the Charts. I would love to hear from nurses. We laugh about some of the crazy stuff that happens at work. I'm really going to put it out there. I'd love to hear kind of miraculous stories, inspiring stories, things that you're like, wow, I saw this cool recovery, or I was part of this cool recovery with a patient. Things that inspire you, that keep you going back to nursing. And I know lately it's been a lot of foreign body stories, and some other kind of a little bit gross. I'm going to say it, a little bit gross stories. And that's on me. I am the facilitator of Nurses Off the Charts, but I'm going to look for more inspiring stories this time. And funny, just funny, hilarious stories. People say so many funny things, do funny things. Well, thanks for listening to this little, it's just a quickie just to say, hey, I'm still out here. I am dealing with stuff. I'm going to keep laughing about it. I'm going to keep trying to get that toxic shame out of my body, throw it into the atmosphere, let it be transmuted with love, light, and a little bit of laughter. Would be nice. Hey Siri, what is toxic shame?
Toxic shame is a chronic feeling of being worthless, inferior, and flawed. It happens when people treat someone poorly and they turn that treatment into a belief about themselves. This is from psychcentral.com and chconline.org.
Hey Siri, how do you get rid of toxic shame?
Okay, I found this on the web for how do you get rid of toxic shame. Check it out.
How does shame become toxic? You probably have felt and will continue to feel shame at various times in your life. Shame can last a few hours or even a few days. Toxic shame, though, comes from constantly being told you're not enough. It results in negative self-talk and stays with you. Well, okay, how do you get rid of it? How to recover from toxic shame. It's possible to overcome toxic shame and change the way you think. Self-compassion is key to the process. You also need self-awareness, mindfulness, and patience. Try these tips to overcome toxic shame. Face the root of your shame. It's important to understand and examine your feelings. Find the cause of your shame in order to move forward. Become aware of how you talk to yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Practice mindfulness. Okay. Well, you can Google the answers. Turns out you can just Google the answers. I also know I'm doing a recovery program. I'm in a recovery program for adult children, and it's a reparenting program. And I think I just realized this. I've been on the road every meeting for the last 6 weeks. So I think I'm missing my meetings. That's probably what I need to do is go back to my meetings, make sure I'm doing my recovery work, meditating, getting enough rest. And also, I would like to go to a soul worker. I'm going to say it. I would like somebody to just take this ball of toxic shame and throw it up to wherever my mother is. Where is she? I really want, just take it. I mean, she is dead. She's got access. My ex, my mom, you can have it. Go play catch with it. Between the two of you can play catch with it. I probably just need to go to bed is what it is. And anyway, thanks for listening. I will be back next week with a guest, and thank you for tuning in. If you're dealing with toxic shame, just know you are not alone. And yes, sometimes it just comes back, and we got to keep up with all the self-love and meditating, eat well, get exercise, sleep well. Easier said than done. I love you. I'm sending you love, and thank you for being a witness to this, and thank you for being a co-healer on this journey. And I will look forward to reconnecting. And also, please feel free to send me a message if you have found something that really helps you. Maybe I need to just say it out. It feels crazy when you say it. Like, you're a bad person. Like, you were a bad baby. Can you imagine a bad baby? There's no bad babies. There are no bad babies. Really. All right. I'm going to stop. Let's get some rest. Treat ourselves right. Drink a glass of water. Do you have the answers? Can I copy your homework? Would you tell me how you did it? Remember, no matter what, keep laughing. Yeah, thanks for listening.